Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll discuss some of the common grammatical mistakes that you often make in your IELTS or whenever you say something. The first mistake is most of the time when you make comparison you usually use more, but this is totally incorrect actually. When you say better is a comparative degree, so you do not need to use more with it. Okay, so like for example, if you say this city is more better than that one, means you are talking about particular city, means that city is more better than that one. More is incorrect here because better is we already use better for the comparison. Okay, so why we are using more with it? So this is totally incorrect. Okay, so I have also given the reason, like better already shows comparison, as I told you that better already shows comparison, so adding more makes it grammatically redundant, means it makes grammatically wrong. So whenever you say better, keep in mind that you do not need to use more with it. This is the first mistake that you make regarding better. So what would be the correct version of it? So this city is better than that one. Okay, hope you understood. And the other mistake is related to passive sentences that you make. For example, you are saying the people was affected the flood. It means people are affecting the flood, not the flood affected the people. Okay, so means के लोगों ने affect किया है flood को, ना ही flood ने लोगों को. So what's the correct version of it? So whenever you use passive sentence, okay, so need be plus past participle plus by. Okay, and people is plural, so we can't say people was, we would say people were. People is plural, so was basically we use with the singular subject like he, she, it, or a single name. Okay, so we use were, not was. Okay, so what would be the right version of it? The people were affected by the flood. Okay, so that's why most of the time you get less marks in GR part, because you make lots of mistakes related to grammar. Okay, so whenever we use passive sentence, first who were the affected means the object, after that was were according to our object, and after that you need to use third form of verb, then which is usually followed by, and in the last we are adding the subject. What is affecting them? The flood. Let's move to the third mistake. Third mistake is, like for example, you are saying this is the man which helped me. Okay, basically which is incorrect here, which we use for the object and the things but not with living things, so you can't say which. So its correct version would be this is the man who helped me. Okay, so keep in mind, okay, whenever you are talking about living things, especially about human beings, you can't say which. Okay, rather than saying, if you can't say like in some cases, rather than saying which, we can also use that can be used with each and everything. Like you can talk when you are talking about people, living things, not living things, so you can use that to avoid your mistake. Okay, but if you are talking about one person, then you need to use who. Okay, so next mistake is, okay, next is she almost spent all her money on clothes. Okay, basically what's wrong here? Almost modifies the wrong part. Okay, so it changes the meaning to she didn't really spend it. Okay. So basically, almost is changing the meaning of the sentence. It means if we are using almost here, it means she didn't really spend money. मतलब उसने अपनी money spend नहीं की थी. Okay. So but if you use almost after the spent, then the meaning would be changed. It means she spent almost all her money on the clothes. मतलब वो अपनी सारी money almost spend कर चुकी है. But यहाँ पे था कि she almost spent all her money on clothes. कि क्लियर नहीं है कि उसने अपनी सारी मनी उस पे शॉपिंग पे स्पेंड की है कि नहीं कपड़ों पे. ओके, सो दैट्स व्हाई दिस इज द करेक्ट वर्जन एंड दिस इज इनकरेक्ट वन. Let's move to the next mistake. So most of the time students say that it is very very important, so which is totally incorrect. You can't overuse very in any sentence. Okay, rather than saying very very important, we have some synonyms for that. Rather you could say it's crucial, extremely important, because when you appear for the IELTS exam, they just want to check whether the student have enough vocabulary for that particular word. Okay, so that's why try to avoid the use of basic words and overuse of some words like very very. Okay, so next mistake is, if I knew his address I will go. Knew is the second form of verb, so means the tense is in past, so we can't say that will go as it has already happened that thing, so we can't say that I'll go. Okay, so basically here we need to use would. Whenever you talk about past, we can't use will for the future statement. Okay, so for if you're talking about future from the past, then you need to use would for it. Okay, so what would be the correct version of it? I knew his address, I would go. ओके, मीन्स आपको समझ आया ना कि हम अगर सेकेंड फॉर्म यहाँ पे यूज कर रहे हैं, सो वी कांट यूज विल हियर. विल बेसिकली अगर यहाँ पे प्रेजेंट इंडेफिनिट टेंस होता, अगर यहाँ पे एड्रेस होता ना, सॉरी यहाँ पे नो होता, देन आप बोल सकते थे कि आई विल गो. अदरवाइज अभी नहीं हम कह सकते कि आई विल गो, बिकॉज यहाँ पे इनकरेक्ट हो जाएगा. जो कंडीशनल सेंटेंस है, मेन सेंटेंस है, वो तो हमारा पास्ट में है, सो वी कांट यूज विल. So what is the correct sentence of it? I knew his address, I would go. This is the seventh mistake that you make, especially in your writing or sometime in speaking too. Okay. The another mistake that students make is, for example, children must learn fast because he needs to success. We are talking about children and we are using wrong pronoun here. What would be the pronoun for children? It would be they, because children are more. This is a plural word actually. We can't say he. He is basically used for a single person. Okay, so its correct version would be children must learn fast because they need to success. Last common mistake that you usually make in writing and speaking. So this is about information. Information is basically uncountable. Okay, so we can't actually count information. We can't say one information, two information, three information, right? So why we are using here many? Many basically use with the countable nouns like many people, many individuals, okay, many students. So but information is uncountable noun, so we can't use many with it. Okay, so now I guess you understood what would be the correct version of it. She gave me a lot of information. Rather than saying many information, because we wanted to say huge information, sorry, lots of information. So that's why it is incorrect, and we are using a lot of, or you can say lots of information. Okay, so these were the common mistakes of English actually that most of the students make. I'll try to make some more videos on these mistakes so that you can correct yourself and you can easily get good band scores, especially in GR part. Okay. If you like my, if you find it interesting, please let me know in the comment section, and please don't forget to share with your friends. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.